Hello and welcome back to the Building a Newsletter playlist. I'm Josh. This is Contineofy. Jumping back into the next video. Hopefully you guys like this one. It's been all over the place. Obviously, I'm highly caffeinated and I've had my pizza, so we're fueled and ready to go for these next few videos. Gonna jump into the next brand, Kit. This is an interesting one. It's kind of a sleeper. I completely forgot about it. It obviously used to be called ConvertKit, and then it got rebranded. Interestingly enough, it's pretty cool that if you go on their website and hover, I think it's hover over resources, they actually did a forward-facing like video series on them rebranding and why they rebranded in the first place. It was kind of cool. I like it when brands do that. Like it reminds me of when Wistia did the what was it, like the $1 million, $10,000 my iPhone creating videos on a budget. That was a cool series too, to like just think of the like what you could do on a cell phone versus something where you're throwing it together. You got a little bit of resources, and then of course you got this outlandish budget kind of takes on the same promotion. But it's always fun when brands build forward facing and are kind of transparent with what's going on, what they're doing. Reminds me also of Buffer. They're really big on transparency, similar to Hootsuite or later.com. Buffer is one of those social media distribution sites, but one of their values is transparency, and they are wildly transparent to the point where they're like sharing the salaries of everybody, your subscription, what you pay, like where it goes. It's pretty wild. Like their marketing campaigns are all forward facing. Like this is how we're going to promote our brand. If you ever want to go down a rabbit hole. But yeah, I digress. The caffeine. Alrighty then, let's jump into Kit. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so Kit, from the get, like the rebrand on this is super clean. There's like no noise. Like it's just they highlight their creators. Obviously, they're sharing that they're formerly ConvertKit. They link out to a resource that kind of shares that. I'm sure similar to like what I was talking about, the rebranding in public, talking about why they went kind of the minimalistic route of just Kit. But this platform, like even from I'm very much a minimalist design, less is more, make your points, but don't try to overwhelm. But at the same time, like give enough information that I can like make an educational decision on what I want to do. But very cool front end website. Obviously, it's super simple. Like for creators who mean business, they're an email first operating system, which I'm interested to see who else is using that category to position that they're a newsletter brand, but they're an email first operating system. Interesting. But throughout the website, Cody Sanchez, big fan. Ryan Holiday, read a lot of his books. It's like starting to see like a lot of people using this, and it's a lot more than just a newsletter. You can kind of see some of the case studies where it's got a vegan book. She has a writing guide. Justin Welsh, big LinkedIn, 1.5 million in 6 days on course launch using automations. So very cool platform. I mean, it's super clean. Even the back end was very impressed. Like everything's very simple to use. We'll jump into that in another video. But jumping through the features, as you can see, we're going to go to the overview tab like we did Beehive. Everything's super simple. I mean, grow, connect, automate, monetize. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of the same functionality as Beehive. They don't have an ad network, but you can monetize. You can do a paid gate and make it so that your subscribers have to pay to get access. At the same time, you could throw banners and everything on the newsletter. You're just having to do a little extra work to make that a thing. They have a lot of kind of automation standpoints on the back end where you can kind of like they fill out the subscribes, and then you have these events actions, or you can do email sequences, delays, and kind of build this ecosystem out that as people are engaging with your brand and you're engaging with them, you're kind of giving them the information that they need versus kind of like sharing everything on the newsletter. So I found that kind of interesting. Kind of reminds me of HubSpot with the workflows. It's like obviously you have this huge website of all the things that are possible, but as you understand what people are looking for, you kind of like align your nurtures and product marketing on what they're trying to solve versus everything your platform can do. You usually get a lot higher conversion rates that way. So this platform kind of came a similar way. One of the cooler things with this is the landing pages. So it's a newsletter builder, but it also gives you the ability to create landing pages that then they can get subscribed to your newsletter. I've seen this a few times with a few brands that I've engaged with on LinkedIn, where their pay gate, instead of like pushing to like Unbounced or a HubSpot landing page or something, they're like pushing to their kits. And when you're on the back end, Kit makes it like there's a whole bunch of lead magnet templates that you can build from depending on what you're trying to get. You can have your coming soon pages, you have your profile, be able to have someone subscribe to your kit. And then even like if you're a course creator, you can make it so that people can subscribe to your courses. And then of course you're using Kit to build the course, put it behind a pay gate. It was interesting like how you can use it for a newsletter, but they're not necessarily like positioning it just as a newsletter. It's interesting, but you got your forms, your emails, your deliverables. There is a sponsor network where I can come in here and sponsor, but there's a bit of a gate there. You have to have 10,000 subscribers. It's interesting how they kind of position this. Another thing that's kind of cool is that you could sell digital products right from the newsletter. So like when you first come in, you kind of have this like landing page that you kind of share who you are. You allow people to subscribe. But then you have these like different tabs where you can have like products, you can have posts, you can have third party links, third party, like pushing people from Kit to something else. You can have a recommendations tab where it's like, I recommend your newsletter, you recommend mine. But then you can also do these paid products and it integrates with Stripe. So if like you're wanting to be able to spin up, like in the case of these creators, like selling music or selling a book or selling a course, everything you need is right within this kit. You don't necessarily have to push something out to somewhere else. So it's interesting how, like, even like I said, distributing an album, selling coaching sessions, it's a different take that I didn't necessarily have this on my radar until I started doing a little Googling, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. But they've definitely positioned themselves a little differently, that yes, there is paid newsletters, but there's all these other capabilities that you can do on top of it. And then of course, they kind of took this where almost like an email first operating system, that once you get the subscribers, you have all of the stuff that you can share, that you can use this automation that depending on how people are engaging with your kit, you can kind of send them different things, whether you want to promote a post or a product or a third-party link. And then of course you have all the metrics on the back end. So this is an interesting one. Like, it wasn't what I expected it to be, but excited about it. So who knows? It was, yeah, very interesting. Obviously you have the recommendations where we can kind of come in and find people, and then you can kind of see their views and subscribers, conversion rates. Are they recommending you? Are they not recommending you? So you can kind of do trades with people. And then from an earn standpoint, you can also do like Beehive, the paid recommendations, where you can kind of allow people to promote your newsletter in exchange for a CPL. And then you can set that up, that how much money you're willing to pay per subscriber, and have your max payout. So this can help you grow your newsletter really fast. So they have a lot of similar capabilities. The big difference being that they don't have the ad network built in if you're looking to monetize this in the long run. But everything else is very, very similar. But then, of course, they have the landing page builder that's on top, and then the commerce capability that, depending on how you're wanting to set up your newsletter, it could be something that kind of sways you to kind of go down this path versus Beehive or Substack. From a pricing standpoint, I'll jump in here. They are free for up to 10,000 subscribers, so that's pretty nice. From that email marketing that they're talking about, you get one sequence on the free, but if you jump up to $25 a month, you can have 1,000 subscribers. Here, let's make this to apples with I guess there's no 2,500. Jump up to 3,000, you're looking at $41 a month, and you get unlimited sequences. So at that point, you could kind of, based on the engagement of your newsletter, kind of do whatever you want. You also get access to some free recommendations for cross-promoting. You get access to the paid recommendations. You remove the branding for Kit, and then you also can do automatically create and send emails when you publish new blog content, and your RS feed updates. So again, similar to the Beehive situation where I can feed this a RSS feed that I don't necessarily have to come in here and create a post every single time. I can kind of build a template, feed it an RSS feed. It'll automatically get added, and then you can automatically distribute it to all of your subscribers. Yeah, you can run paid newsletters even at the free version. So that's interesting. So Substacks, I know, is going to charge you once you went paid. I feel like Beehive was a free too. You can monetize the newsletter right from the start on the free plan. So I guess the big difference is then would be here you can get up to 10,000 subscribers before you have to upgrade. Whereas the and then of course there let's show the comparison. Once we get to 10K, we're jumping up to $100 a month. Once you break that 10K threshold. It's not bad. Again, like I shared in the other video, I don't know why I have this buffer following me around, but it's not bad because like especially if you're looking to monetize it, or you can justify the cost because of the value in the newsletter, that it's either creating customers or it's creating more stickiness with your current customers. At $100 a month, I mean that's well worth it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. This is Kit. So if you like this video and you're intrigued by Kit, I'll share some of the links in the description. But yeah, this is definitely a contender. I'm excited about it. If you're excited about it, hit that like button. If it's something that you think you're going to try to use Kit in the future for your newsletter, share something in the comments like, I'm going to use Kit. But yeah, this is my take on Kit, my kind of 2 cents. This will wrap up this video. As always, my name is Josh. This is Contineofy, another behind the scenes video. On to the next one, Substacks. See you there.